The door slammed shut behind me as I stumbled into the house, my heart pounding from the rain-soaked run home from campus. I froze when I heard voices from the living room. My brother Mike's laugh, deep and familiar, mixed with another that sent an unexpected shiver down my spine. There, on the couch, sat Jordan, Mike's best friend since high school, his eyes locking onto mine with an intensity that made the air thicken. And in that split second, I knew my carefully hidden world was about to crumble. Jordan had always been around, the kind of guy who filled rooms with his easy confidence and sharp wit. He was 24, 2 years older than me, with tousled dark hair and a build honed from years on the college soccer team. Mike, my protective older brother at 25, treated him like family, which made sense in our tight-knit suburban home in upstate New York. But lately, Jordan's visits had felt different to me. Lingering glances, casual touches that sparked something forbidden in my chest. I'd buried those feelings deep, convinced they were just a phase, a confusion I'd outgrow before anyone noticed. That night, Mike had invited Jordan over for pizza and a game, but Mike got called into work last minute, leaving us alone. "Hey, Alex," Jordan said, his voice low as he patted the spot next to him. I hesitated, my backpack still slung over my shoulder, but sat down anyway, the TV flickering with some forgotten sports channel. We talked about nothing at first, classes, the latest Marvel movie, but the conversation shifted when Jordan asked about my dating life. "You seeing anyone?" he probed, his knee brushing mine. I laughed it off, mumbling about being too busy with pre-med studies. But my pulse raced. The truth was, I'd never dated anyone, not really. Girls at school flirted, but it never clicked. Deep down, I knew why, but admitting it meant facing the storm. My parents' conservative values, rooted in their small-town church upbringing, where being gay wasn't just frowned upon. It was a sin that could shatter families. Dad, a high school principal, preached about traditional values, and Mom, a nurse, echoed his sentiments with quiet disapproval of anything alternative. Jordan didn't let it drop. "Come on, man. You're 22, smart, good-looking. There must be someone." His eyes searched mine, and I felt exposed, like he could see the secrets I'd locked away. I shifted uncomfortably, but he leaned in closer. "Alex, I've been wanting to talk to you about something." My stomach nodded. Was this it? The moment I'd both dreaded and dreamed of? Before I could respond, he continued, his words tumbling out like they'd been bottled up for years. I know I'm gay, and I think you might be too." The room spun. How did he know? I'd been so careful, no apps, no clubs, just quiet online searches in incognito mode late at night. But Jordan confessed he'd felt the same pull, noticed my reactions around him. He admitted to testing the waters with subtle hints, waiting for a sign. I denied it at first, my voice cracking. "No, you're wrong. I'm not. I can't be." But the lie tasted bitter. Jordan didn't push. Instead, he shared his own story. Coming out to a few friends in college, the fear of rejection, the loneliness. It mirrored my inner turmoil so perfectly that tears welled up. For the first time, I admitted it aloud. "I think I am. But what now? My family. They'd never understand." We talked for hours, the pizza forgotten, as rain pelted the windows. Jordan's hand found mine, a simple gesture that felt revolutionary. It wasn't about romance yet. It was relief, connection. But as the night wore on, that spark ignited. He leaned in, and our lips met in a tentative kiss. Soft, exploratory, worlds away from anything I'd imagined. It was my first, and it felt right, terrifyingly so. The next morning, guilt crashed over me like a wave. What had I done? Mike could walk in any minute, oblivious. Dad's voice echoed in my head from family dinners. This country's going to hell with all this liberal nonsense. I pulled away from Jordan, swearing him to secrecy. This can't happen again. Not here, not now. But Jordan's eyes pleaded otherwise. "Alex, we deserve this. Let's figure it out together." Days blurred into secret meetings, stolen moments in his car after dark, whispered calls when the house was asleep. Jordan became my lifeline, teaching me to embrace who I was, but the deception weighed heavy. I lied to Mike about late study sessions, avoided Mom's probing questions about my moodiness. The internal conflict raged. Was this love worth the risk? Every touch felt like a betrayal to my family, yet denying it meant betraying myself. One evening, as Jordan and I sat in a deserted park, he pressed for more. We can't hide forever. What if we told Mike? He's your brother. He might surprise you. I shook my head, panic rising. Mike was straight-laced, engaged to his high school sweetheart, Sarah, planning a future that fit our parents' mold. Coming out could fracture everything. But the tension built. At a family barbecue, Jordan showed up, and our eyes met across the yard. Mike noticed, joking, "You two are acting weird. What's up?" I brushed it off, but the seed of suspicion was planted. That night, alone in my room, I wrestled with the choice. Continue in shadows or step into the light, knowing it might burn everything down. The high trampled my resolve when Jordan texted, "I love you, Alex. Let's make this real." My heart soared, but fear clawed back. What price would we pay? Weeks turned into months, and the secrecy became a double-edged sword, thrilling in its intimacy, suffocating in its lies. Jordan and I carved out a hidden world, drives to quiet lakeside spots outside town, where we talk about dreams beyond our small lives. He wanted to move to the city after graduation, start fresh where being gay wasn't a headline. "Come with me," he'd say, his fingers tracing patterns on my arm. But I was tethered, pre-med at the local university, family expectations heavy as chains. The internal battles intensified. Nights I'd stare at the ceiling, replaying Dad's rants about the agenda pushed by media, how it corrupted youth. Mom's softer but no less firm. "We raised you with values, Alex. Don't throw it away." I loved them, respected their sacrifices. Dad working double shifts to pay for college, Mom's endless support, betraying that felt like treason. Yet Jordan challenged me. "They're your parents, but this is your life. Hiding eats you alive." He shared stories of his own family. Divorced parents, a distant father who disowned him after a slip-up in high school. "I survived. You will too." His resilience inspired, but my fear paralyzed. What if coming out meant losing scholarships, housing, everything? Mike's wedding planning added pressure. As best man, Jordan was around more, forcing us to act normal. At fittings, our hands brushed accidentally, sending jolts. Sarah, Mike's fiancée, picked up on vibes. "Alex seems distracted," she commented once. Mike shrugged it off, but his eyes lingered on us suspiciously. The first crack appeared during a guy's night. Mike, Jordan, and I at a bar, beers flowing. Mike grilled Jordan about his single status. "Dude, you're 24. Settle down." Jordan joked, but tension simmered. Later, alone with me, he vented, "I can't pretend forever. It's killing me." I snapped, fear turning to anger. "You think it's easy for me? Risking my family?" We argued, voices hushed in his apartment. "Maybe we should end this," I said, regret instant. Jordan's face crumpled. "Is that what you want?" No, but the words hung, unresolved. Reconciliation came swiftly, apologies in embraces, promises to be careful. But the damage lingered, trust frayed. Society's weight pressed in. News of hate crimes, politicians railing against LGBTQ rights. At campus, I heard slurs in hallways, reminders of the world outside our bubble. A turning point hit when Jordan pushed for a weekend getaway. Just us, no hiding. I agreed, lying to family about a study trip. In a cozy cabin upstate, we lived freely, cooking meals, sharing stories, feeling normal. But on the drive back, reality intruded. What if we get caught? I fretted. We did, almost. Pulling into town, Mike's car passed us. He texted later, "Saw you with Jordan. What's going on?" I panicked, fabricating a flat tire story. Mike bought it, but doubt seeded. Family dinner that week was torture. Dad discussed a local scandal, a teacher fired for being gay. Good riddance. Kids need role models, not that. My fork clattered, drawing eyes. "You okay, son?" Mom asked. I nodded, but inside rage boiled. How could I love people who hated part of me? Jordan urged confrontation. Tell them. I'll be there. But I balked, choosing silence. That choice cost us. Jordan grew distant, frustrated by my indecision. I can't be your secret forever, Alex. The blow came at Mike's bachelor party. Drunk confessions flowed, and Jordan slipped, mentioning a guy he's seeing. Mike pressed. Who? Jordan evaded, but Mike's gaze turned to me. Later, he cornered me. Is there something between you two? I denied vehemently, betraying Jordan in the process. No way, man. That's crazy. Mike relaxed, but Jordan overheard, hurt flashing in his eyes. He left early, texting, You chose them over us. The fallout was swift. Jordan ignored my calls, leaving me in limbo. Guilt consumed me. I'd sacrificed our love for safety, but at what cost? Alone. I questioned everything. Was protecting family worth losing myself? Reaching out, I found him at his place, tears in his eyes. I get it, Alex, but it hurts. We reconciled, but fragility lingered. Society's prejudices amplified, friends' casual homophobia, church sermons condemning unnatural acts. As Mike's wedding neared, tension peaked. Jordan, as best man, had to toast, but our rift showed. During rehearsal, he pulled me aside. We need to decide, in or out. I wavered, the moral dilemma tearing me. Coming out meant potential rejection, but staying hidden meant losing Jordan. The choice loomed, a precipice. That night, a dream haunted me. Family turning away, Jordan vanishing. Waking, I realized the price of inaction, eternal regret. The wedding day dawned bright, a cruel irony to the storm brewing inside me. Mike looked sharp in his tux, Sarah radiant, but I felt like a fraud in my groomsman's suit. Jordan avoided my gaze during photos, his smile forced. The ceremony blurred, vows of eternal love mocking our hidden turmoil. At the reception, toasts flowed. Jordan's turn came, his voice steady. To Mike and Sarah, may you always choose love over fear. His eyes met mine, a silent challenge. Guests cheered, oblivious. Dancing later, Jordan pulled me onto the floor under pretense of bro time, whispered, This could be us if you let it. My heart ached, but fear gripped. Not here, I hissed. Mike noticed, pulling me aside post-dance. What's with you and Jordan? You're acting like exes. Panic surged. Nothing, just tired. But Mike pressed, If there's something, tell me. We're family. The word family stung. That night, post-wedding, I confessed to Jordan, I can't lose them. He nodded sadly. Then maybe we end this. The words gutted me, but I agreed, thinking it protected everyone. Life post-breakup was hollow. I threw myself into studies, avoiding home where reminders lurked. Jordan distanced, focusing on job hunts. But echoes remained, texts deleted, memories haunting. Society's lens sharpened my pain. At a campus event, a speaker discussed LGBTQ rights, sharing stories of disownment. It mirrored my fears. Friends casually debated, It's a choice, right? I stayed silent, complicit. Mom noticed my withdrawal. Talk to me, Alex. I brushed off, but her concern grew. Dad, sensing tension, lectured on staying true to roots. The turning point exploded when Mike confronted Jordan privately. Overheard snippets. If you're gay, fine, but don't drag Alex into it. Jordan defended. It's not like that. But Mike pieced it together, storming home. He burst into my room. Are you gay? With Jordan. Denial faltered under his glare. Yes, I admitted, tears flowing. Mike's face twisted, shock, anger, betrayal. How could you? In our house? With my friend. He stormed out, leaving me shattered. The confrontation I dreaded arrived. Unbidden. Family fallout cascaded. Mike told our parents, framing it as Jordan's fault. Dad raged. This is not how we raised you. It's wrong. Mom cried, pleading. We can fix this. Therapy. Church. I stood firm, voice trembling. It's who I am. I love Jordan. The words liberated, but the cost mounted. Dad ordered me out. Not under my roof. Homeless temporarily, I crashed at a friend's, calling Jordan. They know. Everything's ruined. He rushed over, holding me. We'll face it together. But reconciliation attempts failed. Mike felt betrayed. You lied to me. Jordan apologized, but Mike cut ties. Choose him or family. The moral quagmire deepened. Was loving Jordan wrong if it hurt others? Society's judgments amplified. Whispers at school. Lost friends. Jordan and I rebuilt slowly, moving to an apartment in the city. But guilt lingered. Holidays alone, no family calls. Mom reached out secretly. I miss you. But Dad's silence deafened. A year passed, scars forming. At a support group, stories of similar strife resonated. One man shared losing his son to denial. The real sin is rejecting love. Inspired, I wrote letters to Mike's parents explaining my journey, the pain of hiding. Responses varied. Mom's tearful call, Dad's stony silence, Mike's hesitant coffee meet. At the cafe, Mike admitted, I was scared. For you, for us. Tears flowed. I miss my brother. Hugs mended tentatively, but trust rebuilt slowly. Jordan waited patiently. Whatever happens, I'm here. Our love strengthened through trials, but the price? Fractured bonds, lost innocence. Yet questions nagged. Had I chosen right? The awakening came gradually, realizing authenticity's value over conformity. Reintegration proved rocky. Mike's olive branch led to awkward family dinners, where topics skirted my life with Jordan. Dad grunted acknowledgments. Mom overcompensated with questions. How's the city? She'd ask, avoiding how's Jordan? Jordan encouraged patience. Change takes time, but his own wounds festered. Mike's initial rejection stung. A betrayal from a lifelong friend. He was like a brother, Jordan confided. We argued over it. Me defending Mike's shock, him resenting the conditional acceptance. Society's pressures compounded. At work, Jordan faced subtle discrimination. A promotion overlooked after a coworker spotted us at Pride. It's not fair, I raged, but he shrugged. Part of the fight. My pre-med path hit hurdles. A conservative professor questioned my focus, hinting at rumors. Grades slipped under stress, forcing tough choices. Persist or pivot. A major confrontation erupted at Thanksgiving. Invited back tentatively, I brought Jordan. Dad exploded. Not in my house. Mom mediated, but Mike sided with Dad initially. Maybe next time alone. Hurt, we left. In the car, Jordan broke. I'm tired of being the problem. I reassured, but doubt crept. Was our love worth perpetual conflict? The ethical tangle tightened. Friends divided. Some supported, others ghosted. One childhood buddy said, It's against God, man. Isolation bred resentment. Therapy helped unpack. Sessions revealed my internalized shame, rooted in upbringing. You deserve happiness, the counselor said. Jordan attended couples sessions, confronting his abandonment fears. A breakthrough came when Mike called unexpectedly. I was wrong. Sarah helped me see. Love is love. He invited us over privately. At his place, apologies flowed. I felt replaced, Mike admitted. Jordan forgave. We're family, man. But Dad remained stubborn. A health scare, his heart issue, forces perspective. Hospital visit. Me at his bedside. Son, he whispered. I don't understand, but I love you. Tears bridged gaps, not fully, but enough. Mom blossomed, attending PFLAG meetings. I was ignorant, she confessed. Family therapy followed, raw sessions exposing prejudices. Yet not all mended. Extended relatives shunned, holidays fragmented. Jordan's career stalled, prompting a move consideration. California? More accepting. I hesitated, leaving roots? The decision weighed. Stay and fight or seek ease. We chose stay, committing to advocacy, volunteering at LGBTQ centers, sharing stories. Personal growth emerged. I embraced identity, joining campus groups. Jordan proposed subtly, "Marry me someday?" Joy amid chaos. But costs tallied. Lost friendships, strained bonds, emotional scars. Awakening to society's flaws fueled activism, but exhaustion loomed. Pivotal moment. Dad's apology letter. "I was wrong. Forgive me?" Reunion dinner tentative but hopeful. Jordan included, conversations flowing. Healing progressed, but imperfections remained. Mike's full acceptance solidified brotherhood anew. Through it all, our love endured, tempered by fire. But the question lingered. At what point does personal truth outweigh familial duty? Years unfolded, the drama's echoes fading but never vanishing. Jordan and I built a life in the city. Modest apartment, shared routines, rings exchanged in a quiet ceremony with Mike as witness. Sarah became an ally, her pregnancy bringing new joy. Uncle Alex and Uncle Jordan. Dad's evolution was slow but genuine. He attended our wedding, stiff but present. "Proud of you, son," he murmured, a milestone. Mom thrived, advocating in her community, challenging old friends' views. Yet shadows persisted. Society evolved, laws passed, visibility increased, but backlash surged. Protests turned violent, reminding us of fragility. At work, I faced a patient's family refusing treatment from someone like me. Resilience grew, but weariness did too. Mike's family expanded, drawing us closer. Playdates with his kids normalized us. "Why do you have two uncles?" his son asked once. Mike explained simply, "They love each other, like mommy and daddy." Jordan's career rebounded, landing a coaching job at a progressive school. "Finally," he said, but the journey scarred. We discussed adoption, dreaming of family, but hesitated, fearing judgments. A crisis tested bonds anew. Dad's retirement party. A relative's homophobic toast sparked outrage. I confronted, "This is my life. Accept or leave." Dad backed me, disinviting the offender. "Family means support," he declared. The stand empowered, but revealed ongoing struggles. Therapy continued, unpacking layers of trauma. Our story inspired others. At a panel, we shared hiding's toll, coming out's liberation, forgiveness's power. Attendees approached, tearful. "You gave me hope," but personal costs accumulated. Lost time with family, emotional exhaustion, missed milestones. Jordan's health dipped, stress-induced anxiety. "Worth it?" he asked one night. I affirmed, "Yes for us," but doubts whispered. Awakening fully came through reflection. The choices, hiding, revealing, forgiving, each carried weight. Society's progress felt bittersweet, personal victories hard-won. In quiet moments, gratitude bloomed. For Jordan's unwavering love, family's tentative embrace, self-acceptance. The narrative closed not in triumph, but complexity. Lives rebuilt but forever altered. Was sacrificing family harmony for personal authenticity the right choice? Or does true morality lie in preserving bonds at any cost?